Hello, fellow pancake rockers. I am at home currently with the flu. So you were saying the lovely version of no makeup, feeling pretty crummy, Christina right now. Very much feeling sick. I just wanted to hop on though and tell everybody that several things here. The first thing is I am just going to give you some optional advice. Always talk to your doctor or pharmacist. This is no advice medically speaking at all. Just talk to your doctor or pharmacist about everything. But I would like to say that first, get your flu shot for sure. If you don't get your flu shot, it's fine. It is late in the season, and I did get my flu shot, and I still got the flu, which happens. Especially all of us immunosuppressed people out there. If you have no immune system, then a lot of times when you get these vaccines like the flu shot, it sometimes takes, sometimes doesn't. Maybe it does really good in your system. Most likely it probably doesn't, but it still could limit a lot of things that can happen and a lot of complications that happen with the flu. I did get my flu shot, and I always do every year. But there's always a chance that the vaccine just doesn't work as well, that the flu strain is not that good. I tested positive for the flu B, so it's usually A or B, and then there's a lot of different variants that happen from those strains, and that's the one I got, which doesn't mean anything when you're sick and you feel like absolute crap. So that really means absolutely nothing to anybody. But just for my sake, there are things that I just want to let you guys know, people who are healthy and those people who are not healthy, things that I do wrong all the time because I'm so stubborn, and things that I try to do right. The first thing that I do wrong all the time, and I'm sure my doctors are just constantly like, oh, Christina, please, is get tested. So I get sick a lot. I get a lot of sinus infections. I get sick a lot. And when you get sick a lot, you don't want to necessarily go in and get tested every second and try to figure out what's wrong or not. But when you have the flu season like now, or even some other nasty viruses that are out there, you really should get tested as soon as you do feel sick, so that you know exactly what's going on. And because there are medicines out there that will help you if you take them on time. Again, coming back to me, don't wait a week until you're really sick and then get tested, because by then, some of these medicines do not work as well. So even though that does happen, it still does not mean you shouldn't take the medicine. I took Tamiflu, which I was prescribed when I was diagnosed with the flu. Has it helped some? Maybe. Honestly, it probably has just been so long with the flu that it's starting to go away, and it is getting better. I had it for a good week, and I felt like absolute crap. I was in bed for a whole week, so there's no way for me to talk to you guys at all. I didn't want to type. I did not want to do anything. I just slept on and off. And my husband was wonderful and took care of our kids, because I didn't want to call anybody for help either, because I didn't want anybody to get sick. And I had my husband with me. But that's another thing, is you need to have a backup plan, or have somebody that you can reach out to ask for help, because when you're sick, you have to take care of yourself. So rest, which I did do right, that I did rest the whole week, and plenty of fluids. I got Gatorade, which is a good electrolyte drink that I use, but you can use whatever. There's lots of electrolyte drinks out there. And then the other thing is I took medicine that was prescribed by my doctor, and other recommendations that were given to me also from my doctor and pharmacist, myself. But if you are not a pharmacist, you have a pharmacist that gives you your medicines. So reach out to them and ask them what you could take over the counter. The biggest thing is just to stay home though. Make sure you don't infect anybody. So another thing that can happen is you get a fever. Most people get a horrible fever with the flu. It can last days. I did not test for a fever. Every time I tested myself, it seemed fine. Maybe the low grade, but it seemed fine. Nothing like I felt. I was hot, chills, cold. Oh my gosh, I was just miserable in bed with this heating blanket on me and a gazillion layers on, and I still was getting no relief. So I felt like I had a fever. But I would take Tylenol for myself, and it did seem to help that. So that's another important thing, is if it's not helping you, whatever medicine you were prescribed is not helping, then you have to reach out to your doctors right away and tell them. I had to reach out to mine too, because you want to make sure you're hydrated and that it's not getting into your lungs. Which, as you can hear, I'm coughing now. That's another thing. So after a good week of bed rest, now I'm moving on to the second week of the flu, where I feel absolutely horrible, exhausted. I tried to go to work the other day, probably did it way too early, and just got miserable. As the day went on, I was miserable, and I was only at work for about 2 hours. I felt absolutely horrible. But I felt so bad I couldn't even lift my arms up. Like, I felt, if this like hurts. So the biggest thing is that you need to take care of yourself, and you need to rest and recuperate. And if any of that does not happen, even after all those medicines, if you still feel like that, you've got to reach out to your doctor and talk to them, because it's most important that you get the help that you need. Going to the hospital, getting hydration, getting the medicines that it can treat you with at the hospital and monitor you to make sure that pneumonia doesn't set in, or some other infections that happen. Recently, there was a news article about a young child that did get sick with the flu and died, and was a healthy child. And that is horrible, the worst thing anybody can think of to happen to a child. And it's also a thing that we should learn from, to know that these signs and symptoms can happen so quick in such a short change, where all of a sudden you become septic. And when your body is septic, meaning an infection has taken hold in your entire body, in your bloodstream, and it's going everywhere, it can just decimate everything. A healthy person, a person who like us has no immune system, it can just be horrible. So you have to watch that, and it's very important to monitor your symptoms, to check them, and to have some caregiver, somebody you care about, a friend, anybody, a loved one, family, who can watch you too and make sure that everything's okay. I have my dogs here at home checking on me too, as you can see, Brownie in the background. But anyways, I just wanted to come on and let everybody know that that's what's going on, why I've been kind of missing in action the beginning of the year. So Happy New Year. Hopefully this doesn't start out my new year as a year of sickness. So we will not do that. We'll not have that happen. We'll be staying up to date with my medicines, checking on them, making sure I'm hydrated, rested, and taking care of myself so I can take care of my family too. So I just want you all guys to know that, and I just want to throw it out there and make sure everybody knows that you don't have to keep pushing. Sometimes you have to say, I have to stop and rest and take care of myself. And look out for your family too, and your loved ones, and anybody you know that has been sick. Check on them and make sure that they're doing good. I have a lot of friends and family that have been supportive and wonderful and checking on me. So I care about you guys, and I want you to stay safe and have a wonderful new year and a good January, because it can be cold and miserable. So love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.